Then welcome guys to another top 10 interesting anime series. I hope you all enjoyed the video.
Watch. With everyone against our MC and despising every move they make, you can't wait till they prove everybody wrong. Welcome back to Animeology. We've got an interesting collection of anime series that you absolutely must check out. Our list of the best anime series with the main character that everybody hates.
Number 10, Blue Exorcist.
A fantastic sense of adventure in this insanely well-designed dark fantasy world. The Blue Exorcist is a unique and interesting concept that has impressed anime fans from around the world for many years. Somewhat popular amongst Western anime fans, Blue Exorcist tells us of a world that is divided into two dimensions, the mirror world and its reflection, one filled with humans and the other with demons. Journey through these worlds is nearly impossible, but demons are able to do so. Although demons can cross, only a handful are vicious and look for trouble. This is where the exorcists step in, well-trained individuals that aim to send these demons back to where they came from. We follow a pair of extremely powerful exorcists, Rin and Yukio. The story really kicks off when we realize that Rin is actually a demon himself. A fantastic and extremely well-rounded anime series with awesome characters and a brilliant core story. We cannot wait for the next installment of The Blue Exorcist.
Number 9, Irresponsible Captain Tired.
それでは閣下、本日はこれにて。
ちょっと待った。
でも私はこの後予定が。あら
A fantastic watch set across the vast depths of space, The Irresponsible Captain Tyler is a series that bravely attempts to present something that is quite unlike anything we have ever come across. Seriously underrated, Irresponsible Captain Tyler has seen a great deal of success in light novel form, although we definitely recommend you check out this seriously underrated anime series. Set in the distant and extremely technologically advanced future, we follow Tyler, a young man that doesn't really have many purposes in life. Carefree and a cavalier and fun adventurous attitude, constantly getting himself out of crazy near-death situations. We follow Captain Tyler as he stumbles through life and finds himself involved with some absolutely ridiculous adventure. This is not a series that'll have you worrying about its hero. Things generally turn out for the better, but the journey there will definitely be worth the watch.
Number 8, My Teen Romantic Comedy Saifu.
同じクラスの戸塚彩花です。
俺女子と関わりとかないから、なんなら男子との関わりもないまである。
僕男なんだけどな。
A fantastic romantic comedy and a slice of life series, this anime has seen an insane amount behind it, with a number of long-running mangas and light novels that have finally led to its awesome anime series. Trust us when we tell you, you'll love the anime and instantly head for the manga. The story itself follows two loners that are seriously disliked and hated by everybody around them. Our MC, Hachiman Hikigaya, and the beautiful Yukino Shida, with radically different personalities and outlooks on life. The two join up with the school club and come across the cheerful and friendly Yui Gahama. The series creates an exceptionally interesting triangle of friendships in which we slowly begin to see the character transform and learn from one another. Through each episode, we cover a lot of unique high school type social situations and really get an interesting insight into the psychology and humor that sits behind them. A brilliant series quite unlike anything else we've ever seen.
Number 7, Slayer.
Starting off as early as 1989, Slayers has impressed the global anime community through its long-running light novel series and absolutely iconic anime, with its brilliant sense of adventure and a fantasy comedy series that is quite unlike any other. The epic adventures of the teenage sorceress Lena Inverse and her gang are absolutely iconic. This happy-go-lucky teenage genius magical being is absolutely awesome. Her fantastic attitude is vital to just how successful the series really is. We follow Lena through a number of insane adventures, from the lighthearted and fun to the insanely scary and world-threatening. Over the years, we've slowly learned more and more about the Slayers universe. We won't get into it here, but trust us when we tell you that the Slayers universe is one of the richest we have ever come across, and you'll get sucked into it within a few episodes. A must-watch for any serious anime lover.
Number 6, Demon King Daimao.
A brilliant harem-type series with an awesome fantasy and science feel behind it. There was a huge buzz when this series first came out, but we're definitely going back and checking it out again. We learn of Akuto Sai, a young boy that looks to become a part of the higher order of magicians and aims to rise through the ranks. The first day that he gets to be a part of an elite magical academy, his aptitude test claims that Akuto is set to become the future Demon King. This causes a huge uproar, and everyone at the academy starts to hate our hero. Literally, everybody lives in fear of poor Akuto Sai that seems to have no control over his future. We are introduced to a number of interesting additional characters, from a hard-working class head to a beautiful female android. Demon King Daimao is an absolutely brilliant series. We can't help but laugh and pity Akuto Sai as the entire school body becomes terrified and paranoid of him, although he constantly tries his best to do the right thing, holding himself back in an effort to convince everyone around him that he literally has no desire to actually become the Demon King.
Number 5, Kotaro-san.
ねえ、琴浦さんはどこから引っ越してきたの？別に知りたくないけど、委員長なんてやるんじゃなかった。
知りたくないなら聞かないでください。
A brilliant romantic comedy series with some strong supernatural tones keeps this anime quite unlike anything else you've come across, but definitely one that'll have you coming back for more and more. The series itself follows a young high schooler that has the insane ability to actually read minds. She has a tight-knit group of friends and actually starts to develop a love interest, but things weren't always that easy. Reading minds isn't as great as you'd think. As a child, she would blurt out what people are actually thinking and wouldn't realize what they meant. She would constantly upset people in public and was called a liar by teachers and mocked by her classmates, and even lost all her friends. In fact, things even got bad at home and she caused a huge rift in her parents' marriage. But things start to take a turn for the better in high school when she makes a number of interesting new friends in a warm heart and awesome anime series that we definitely recommend you check out.
Number 4, Scrapped Princess.
疲れた。
へいへい。
疲れた。はいはい。今すぐあったかいご飯食べて、柔らかいベッドに入って寝たいの私は。
うるさいなもう。
A brilliant sense of adventure in this perfect sword and sorcery anime that has one of the best musical scores we have ever heard. The series itself starts off as a strong fantasy and then begins to add some interesting post-apocalyptic and science fiction elements into it. A very sad anime at its core, Scrap Princess effortlessly plays around with our emotions in an anime watch quite unlike any other that we've ever come across. We follow a girl by the name of Pacifica Castle, born into a royal family but abandoned by birth. A prophecy states that she is the poison that will destroy the world when she reaches 16. She's thrown off a cliff as a baby but is saved by a wizard and raised by a commoner family. We slowly follow Pacifica as she grows up and becomes increasingly more powerful, with a number of interesting additions to her adventuring party and the whole world hating our Scrap Princess and fearful of what she will do when she reaches 16.
Number 3, Blade of the Immortal.
A brilliant, dark, epic, historical fantasy anime series that'll have you hooked from the very first episode. Blade of the Immortal is a shocking series that is seriously loved by serious anime fans. The series itself follows a cursed samurai by the name of Manji. Cursed with immortality, our hero has to kill 1,000 evil men in order to regain his immortality and finally die. Manji has done some seriously horrible things in his life, and this is his punishment for being such an evil man in his life, reattaching legs and arms or closing holes in his brain. Blade of the Immortal is legitimately one of the greatest dark fantasy anime series that we have ever come across. To counter out this absolutely hated badass of an MC, Manji comes across a young girl by the name of Rin Asano. Her parents murdered, Manji cannot help but offer to help her in her quest for vengeance.
Number 2, Great Teacher Onizuka.
そろそろ
Great Teacher Onizuka
そろそろ
is
そろそろ
a
そろそろ にだよてめえてめえ覗きかましてる変態野郎が
さあここで問題です。
An absolute classic around the anime world, we can't talk about hated anime characters without bringing up the classic GTO series. In a mix of action and comedy that you will never come across, a quick glance at the first episode and you'll know exactly why this is considered a masterpiece and one of the most legendary anime of all time. The series itself follows Eikichi Onizuka, a 22-year-old ex-gang member that struggles with women. He attempts to pick up a girl, but her actual boyfriend shows up. She immediately leaves him, and he is amazed by the power that her old and unattractive teacher boyfriend has over women. Within no time, Onizuka is a qualified teacher and looking to pass his life lessons along with actual schoolwork. With a great hatred of the traditional education system, we soon see students falling in love with Onizuka and his unique style. Most come to GTO for its unique comedy, but we stay for its brand of philosophy and life lessons that you can't exactly learn anywhere else. With a brilliant anime series, a film, and even a light action series, GTO is a beloved classic for many reasons.
Number 1. Trigun.
頭を一発で撃ち抜けるぐらいにはな僕のドーナツ早く足どけね早く
Another anime classic, you cannot talk about hated anime MCs without bringing up the absolutely iconic Trigun. This is a series that literally oozes cool. A unique and awesome space western set across an interesting post-apocalyptic world with some insane fight scenes that still make top 10 lists to this day. The series itself follows a character by the name of Vash the Stampede. This MC is seriously overpowered. He is like a literal force of nature that can destroy complete towns. Vash is actually a wanted man, hated by everyone and hunted constantly by bounty hunters. There is a $60 billion bounty on our hero's head for the destruction of a whole city, although he can't even remember it. We follow Vash on his travels alongside his interesting companions as we slowly start to learn more about Vash himself and the history of the planet Gunsmoke itself.